Kentwood. Episode 4. Asset Protection by Jacob Thompson. Professor Kentwood was a detective extraordinaire, and by the late 1980s, he'd proven it often enough that he regularly entertained offers to work off campus. That was how we ended up in Omnishop one afternoon.
Welcome to Omnishop. How may I help you?
You know very well what I want you to do, you time-wasting grandstander.
Here is today's special.
We shall see how special this so-called special is.
Have a nice day.
Why did you even accept their literature, Professor Kentwood? Omnishop's an evil corporate store that's full of offensive poor people, and realizing that I'm disgusted by these people fills me with liberal guilt.
Keep your distasteful confessions to yourself, Daniel. This store has a problem with stolen merchandise, and I've got an appointment with the store manager in his office. In the meantime, you must collect the items on my shopping list.
I've never felt so much like your butler.
If buttling it be, buttle on, elsewise we must make repeat trips to this place you so despise.
I searched every corner of the carnivorous, unfamiliar store. No associates could help me. Professor Kentwood's handwriting was nearly impossible to read, a gnarled scrawl as unreadable as his thoughts. He also favored products that had not been manufactured since World War II. When I got to housewares, a beautiful woman emerged from behind an end cap. I literally could not turn away and stumbled into her.
Oh, I'm sorry for being in the way.
No problem, ma'am. You look familiar. Were you one of my students?
Are you Sebago?
It's pronounced Sebago, as in Bay of Pigs, not beehive. Do you know anything on this shopping list, by the way?
This list is crazy. Hold on. I need to check on something.
I never noticed how pretty you are when you were in my class. Oops, I shouldn't have said that out loud.
It's okay, Dr. Sebago, but I'm going to seem like I'm kind of an airhead because I'm a secret shopper, and we're surrounded by people who are stealing.
I don't think the customer is always right, so I'm offering you my apology for my sexist words. I'm used to campus sexual harassment code, so I still can't believe I said that.
Wait, another one just walked away. Attention, Buddy Bob. We got a walker by the door.
Wow, you're busy.
It's amazing how many thieves hang out around an innocent woman who's only shopping for food and services for her hypothetical family.
I think I know one of those guys.
Well, then stop him from stealing, Dr. Sebago.
I chased down the man that I recognized. He was Dr. Grackle, president of my university and a constant source of trouble.
What are you doing here, Sebago? Why did Kentwood drag you here?
I'm trying to keep you from stealing.
Now come on, if they paid me more, I promise you that I would not have to supplement my income.
You make quite a bit more than I do.
The president of a university raises money and has to be the man whenever he is in public. When you got a bunch of hookers and blow, you walk like you're 10 feet tall and can get all those donors to open their wallets. Everything I do, therefore, pays for itself, so stop interfering with my time-honored methods.
Why are you stealing batteries?
Does it matter? Dr. Kentwood knows everything I do, and he can just put it on my tab.
So you're like a Calvinist who ponders whether to act on the dictates of his better angels before an all-knowing God?
That kind of thing is why I don't talk to you. Goodbye.
Coming to the conclusion, as I did, that the notably attractive woman was drawing shoplifters to the store, I looked for Professor Kentwood. It took several minutes, but I found my way to the office where Kentwood was speaking.
Daniel, how dare you intrude upon my summation? You elevate bad timing to an art form.
Do go on.
Those skid marks left on the floor attracted my attention, for I saw there was no obstruction that prompted the sudden turn.
It could have been just another worker in the way. People block those fire exits all the time.
Perhaps, but taken in tandem with the other pertinent facts. I was inspired to examine the return pallets with no assistance from your surly employees. During my search, I discovered the following.
A box of Christmas ornaments?
Open the box. It is surprisingly heavy.
A bomb!
Don't fear it. It shall not detonate for at least 6 hours unless you drop it. As for your merchandise theft, I believe Daniel was attempting to raise that subject when he rudely interrupted me.
Well, fellows, I think one of your secret shoppers is so physically attractive that people are trying to steal just to get her attention.
That's just silly.
Perhaps Daniel lacks the gravity to be taken seriously, but if you doubt me, I suggest you read my recent monogram concerning the tendency of the physically deformed to seek physical love through crime.
I'll give it a look if I have time. I think you're talking about Kelly. She is easy on the eyes. I'll try transferring her to a different store, and if the problems follow her, we'll just have to trump up some reason to let her go. Life's hard for the beautiful people.
Could you try getting her to work for a rival company so they get robbed?
I think your little servant has a good idea.
He does, occasionally.
Wait a minute. You never told me who tried to bomb us.
As soon as I return to my office, I shall send you and the police a detailed answer to that very question. One of my students, however, demands my attention at 4 o'clock. She will, you need not worry, live to regret it.
Oh, come on.
Daniel, we are leaving.
And on our way out the door, that greeter spoke to us again. But first, what about that shopping list you gave me?
As you may have suspected from the outset, Heppograss, English oil, tennis spanks, prescription bluegrass, and Dr. Mugwump's patented gland juice are either fictitious or products of a bygone era. I did expect the search for these various non-existent goods to lead to all corners of the store, where somewhere you would find this Kelly.
I saw Grackle.
Where don't we see Grackle? I fear the time has come to tighten his leash.
I hope you had a lovely day in Omni Shop.
It went as well as I suppose it could go.
I heard that you got some disappearing and positively explosive sales.
Miss Greenbow, I don't believe you could have hinted more broadly. The shabby state of your grammar shames us all.
Sure it does. Did you get what you wanted?
Naturally. Good day.
What was that about?
Miss Maggie Greenbow already solved the shoplifting crisis and deduced approximately where the bomb would be. She passed her solutions to me as we walked into the store.
I had no idea she was a detective.
She is, but of the armchair variety. As this case affected her work environment, she brought me to the store to resolve matters and bypass the repercussions of office politics.
So she's a genius who works at Omni Shop?
Do not make extravagant claims, Daniel. She can perceive the apparent, a rare enough skill in and of itself.
And thus, I was done with Omni Shop for many a year, and Professor Kentwood returned to his office on time. In the meantime, Kelly eventually lost her secret shopper job, but went on to work as an undercover vice cop. Maggie Greenbow solved cases anonymously for years, until now, because I may have just broke her cover. I went on vacation within a few months, which surprisingly became the setting of another episode of Kentwood. See you there.